Hey everybody, Texas Stroker here, Lance, the performance shop at LoneStarMopars.com. So, here we are, and I got so burned out because of that. I need to go in and eat and get the trash out. But what I'm going to do instead is get this centered and just throw these down. I'm ready to get this little spat of organization out of my life because of those wrench rails and just go to town. So, what we have here was an unfortunate mishap, and it's kind of on me. I'll take blame when it's due. But what I did is I bought what they call a mag panel, okay, this back item. I thought this thing was like big. I thought it was significantly larger, maybe like stack two of those this way and throw one on the other side, you know, like 2x2 configuration of those. It's not. That's what that is. Now, I'm not super concerned because I think this is actually still going to work. It's just not near the dimensions I thought I was getting. I thought I was getting like something that could be the back of a toolbox, you know, type of a deal, which I do think they make one larger, but we're going to roll with this because it's what I got. So that was $19.99, $12.50 off the usual sale price of $27.99, if I'm not mistaken. And then this right here would be what they call a Magna rail, I believe, $24.99, $11.50 off. It's usually $36.49. And then if you go straight to Mechanics Time Savers, this is $32.99, and that's $27.99, which again, we actually got them cheaper going through Carlyle and Napa because they were on sale. So, let me tell you right off the bat what I have planned for these items, all right? Number one, again, well, let's just start here because it's semi-disappointing. I legitimately thought I was getting like a big chunk of real estate. And I was going to put this like on the back of a toolbox, like think of like a service card application, right? It was going to go there, and I was just going to throw things that I frequently use, be those extensions or, you know, like nut setters, you know, type of a thing, just something along those lines. And that's probably what I'll still do with this because I think it's going to work fine. It seems to be a better quality than those wrench rails. But what this would be, and again, I'll have this link down below. I make nothing. It's for your convenience. 21 ORC. They call this a magnetic tool organization stick, which that makes sense. When I ordered this, I believe maybe it was the wrong like cross listing or something because I thought I was getting a panel and this is called a stick, which makes way more sense. But high-energy magnets achieve maximum holding strength. It's a low-profile design, perfect for sockets, wrenches, pliers, and a variety of accessories. Easily transferable to your work area and perfect for service carts and work benches. So again, part number 21 ORC. I'll have it linked. If it takes you to something that looks more promising, be aware that it might not be. What I love about this is not necessarily the Carlyle and Napa logo in the middle, but it's just the blue. You know, like the brushed, the stainless look in blue. Love it. Flipping it around, this is a significant magnet, like the wrench rails. This is stronger than what I just had. This is far more likely to hold the wrenches vertically than the wrench rails themselves. So, you can kind of get a feel for the construction, and again, just the fact that it's blue. So, what I envision with that is probably not necessarily sockets, but like on this bench, I always have needle nose pliers available because I'm constantly using them. So right here, that's going to hold. You can even position it so you get like more metal on metal, right? So we've got our Knipex combination needle noses. It's holding. It's holding really, really well, right? I could possibly shake that and get them to come off. But I mean, what I'm doing here simulates like bumps in the shop floor, you know? Face down, I did fling them off, but for all intents and purposes, I think this is actually going to hold. That's a bad example. Center punch, if you're constantly like, you know, if this was set up where you like drill and tap or something, you'd use your common sizes. If you need a bit holder, it can plug in. If you're always shooting, you know, self-tapping screws in, you can keep a couple there just for size reference or something. Acorn nut, because it's sitting around over here. You get the idea, right? Let's say that we always deal that size of nut setters. It's just going to keep commonly used items, in this case, on a metal surface. And my thinking, it'll be the back of a toolbox or the side of a rail, right? A service card, I should say. So these limited obviously. In metal, I'm not super upset about that, and I'm not in a great mood right now, so I mean, I'm willing to give a little flexibility here. I'm not expecting a ton from this, but I think it's going to work for what I want it to do, and that's honestly what I was after. So dimensions on this, because that's important, and it's not near the size I thought it was. We're going to come in here. We're going to call that 10.5. Right, that's going to be our width. The height, basically 2 inches of like surface area. It's pretty thin. We can't get like an accurate thing there, but call that? Probably 2 3/8 or something. Now the battery light's going too. While we're on dimensions, we're going to leave that there, and we're going to measure this guy. It's going to clock in at 12 inches long. It's going to be roughly 2¼ deep. And then the height is going to be just about an inch, a little shy of an inch. Again, we're not concerned because we're fighting a battery light now. If I spin this around, it is part number MRM 200RC Magnetic Tool Organization Rail. The Magna rail is designed to hold a variety of tools from screwdrivers, wrenches, sockets, pliers, nuts, bolts, and screws. May be fastened to a wall, hung on a pegboard, or placed in any tool drawer. It can also be magnetically mounted to a tool cart or vehicle. Please don't do that to a customer's vehicle, let alone your own. The Magna rail comes with a flexible magnetic strip on the back to allow mounting to any metal surface. So, I'm going to be straight up honest with you of what I have in mind for this, okay? This is, when I purchased this is what I expected it to look like. That was a kind of a shock when I opened it up, and it's like the same dimension. This is what I thought I was getting, okay? What I have in mind for this guy is not necessarily, yes, you know, I realize it could go to the back of a tool cart or whatever. There's your Carlyle tool branding. If you hate that, you can flip it around and not see it. What I envision myself doing with this is, imagine that this was a socket, you know, half, there's 9/16, I threw a 3/4 in, whatever. We need an extension, you know, or a short stubby extension. When I'm underneath a vehicle, I think this might fit. I've got a new creeper, and there's like little cubbies on it. It's not just open, you know, or like my hoodies or something goes down and gets stuck. So I think this might fit in there. And even if it doesn't, I'm just gonna like treat this as like a mini toolbox. So if I know what I'm doing, you know, like say we're oil change on the Challenger, right? Got your drain plug size, so we've got that socket or wrench. We've got the 10mm for the underbody belly pan. If we're taking, you know, the spoiler off to clean it, or a wheel well liner, whatever, I can load this down with what I need, what I know I'll need, and then what I might need will roll back out for. And so if I'm using the 10mm stuff, and since it's soft plastics, I want quarter drive, I slap that over here. If I want 3/8, you know, and 5/8 for the ratchet and drive size for the drain plug, we do that. If it's a deal where I'm needing to hold, I don't know, like the hardware, let's say that we're doing like suspension upgrades or something, and I want to keep my like brand new grade 8 stuff here so it doesn't roll away. My inspiration for this is when I'm under the truck with my creeper, sockets always like fall through or roll off of me as I move, and then they're round and they roll. I just want them to be on this so they don't roll, right? So imagine this bolt was a socket. This is stainless, so it's a terrible example. But you get the idea. We'd have like our half, our 9/16, our 3/4, so on and so forth. That's honestly my intention. So this might be better suited on the toolbox versus that one. I don't really know. If you want to, you could paint that one like this one is. It does pop and look pretty good in my opinion. In fact, I think if you were to take this and put it on top of this, it would actually, this one's got some, good grief, it's got some pull. But if you took that guy, yeah, that's about par for the course. That blue and the blue there, like the trim on the plastic, and then that's really impressive. So aesthetically, and I can tell you right now, these are both infinitely stronger than the wrench holders that we saw. But that's what I have planned. I'm out of time pretty much because the battery light and the card itself, I think, is about to max out. But that's what I have planned. I'll quickly try to showcase it to you, and we'll call this a done deal. I have them linked down below if you're interested in these. And let's hop to the action. All right, fighting the battery light, just bear with me here, but you get the idea. This will go on the back of a card, or in this case, the front of a drawer. You open it and you close it and stuff stays. We got a nut driver, we got 3 sockets. Just picture what you frequently use or what you want out and readily available for a particular job. Coming in over here, we were so freaking close. This is exactly what I had in mind. You can see on the creeper there, I've got pockets instead of just like an open rail on the old one. And I thought, man, if I just had this stuff, I've had sockets roll out of here. A lot of crazy things happen under a vehicle. But I've got a Stavilla bit ratchet. We've got simulated hardware we'd be using. Got a double universal, 4 sockets. We'd pretend we got like our, big 1/2-inch drive ratchet over there. That is what I had in mind. It's so close to fitting. I'm going to try to do this before the camera dies. I think this might fit. It doesn't fit either. So, I mean, this is how the night has gone for me. But you can see what I was going for. Case in point, though, this guy right here, I'm not used to having the cool little pockets. I think they're super handy on a creeper. So what I'll essentially do is just kind of have that at my side under the vehicle. I might throw it on a frame rail and forget it's there. Who knows? But that's what I had in mind. So let's get a thumbnail and call this good. Yeah, that's that. Like I said, time and battery lights are an issue here. So I hope you have a great weekend. LoneStarMopars.com is a website. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. All 3 you can find us at Lone Star Mopars. Feel free to follow along there. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like. Leave your thoughts or experiences with these products. Similarly, if you enjoyed the video, you like some other stuff, I encourage you to subscribe. If you ring the bell, jump your charger across the creek, you just might get a notification that we've got new tool content out every Saturday morning, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. These were so close to fitting exactly where I wanted them. I think I could cut that back one down, but that would kind of like kill the aesthetics of it. It's still going to be handy, this one under the vehicle. That one I think I'll just leave in a cart. This is very strong, I'll say that. So that's what I'll leave that as. Again, my apologies cutting this a little short, but I have these linked down below. Again, if you've used these or anything similar, I believe these come from Mechanics Time Savers. Feel free to leave your thoughts and experiences, what you do with them, where you find they shine, where they're maybe not so great. Again, had those have fit in that little cubby hole on the creeper, it would have been like the bee's knees, man. I might have even drilled and mounted it, like permanently affixed so it doesn't like flop out. But we'll figure something out. You can kind of hopefully see what I was going for. So I'll leave that here. I got to get a thumbnail of these stupid wrench holders over here. But thanks for watching. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. I'll catch you back here next week for more action from the shop.